Over the years, I've had the privilege to meet so many incredible people in the outdoor industry. Some of them with inspiring stories that are worth revealing. My name is Josh McFadden, and this is Revealed. We all know that person who does things a little differently. The kind who lives against the grain, chooses their own path instead of following the crowd. They're not chasing trends, they're moving the other way, leaning on old world tools and a way of doing things that demands more. Those kind of people stand out, not because they're trying to, but because they simply are. This is Paul Conchatre. Paul loves to hunt as much as he loves to breathe. But for him, it's not about convenience. It's about patience, challenge, and doing things the way they were meant to be done. Just not always the way you'd expect. Out here in central Canada, Paul has built Birdtail Waterfowl, a premium waterfowl hunting lodge, a place where the details matter and every hunt is shaped by effort, preparation, and pride. He's meticulous in everything he does, from the way his lodge is kept to the experience each guest takes with them. And inside these walls, that mindset carries on. Along the dining room wall, where stories are shared after every hunt, hangs a collection of old muzzle loaders, not polished showpieces, but weathered firearms. Each one with character, each one with a story.
I like this. I love these guns being here because it shows a little bit of history and a timeline. You know what I mean? So all our food is laid out here, so everybody's getting their food, and you get a quick glimpse of the progression of hunting, let's say. So like with us, we're all using modern guns and semi-autos and fancy dancy shells and stuff like that. But this is it's kind of almost like a tribute wall kind of thing, and which I adore the history of it. And so you get percussions here. There's no flinters here, but really the smooth bore fouling is kind of represented here. This one's pretty cool. I got this one from an antique dealer, and it's a Cree gun. And basically you can see all these little brass tackings in them. So it's part of the fur trade, right? And to me, it's kind of like, touch it. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like
so much history.
Yeah, like you got traveled through some pretty cool country, a long time ago.
What are these brass tacks doing? Like, what are they holding something together or?
Nothing. That was part of the fur trade. So, I'll give you 10 beaver pellets and I'll give you a brass tack.
Ah. And I would put it on my gun.
Because that's your treasured thing. That's your tool.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I had no idea.
Very, very, very cool.
Man. So just handmade guns.
Yeah.
And you've got a connection to handmade firearms.
Mm-hmm. I like them.
There's a passion there. And where does that come from?
It comes from my youth. That's what I grew up shooting with my dad. We shot muzzleloaders, old school. Him 1700s, me 1800s. And that's from a little kid, that's what we shot. Short range, black powder, true black powder, not Pyrex. You got all this amazing technology that's just developed over the years. And then you do, I'm gonna do with a flintlock, because I do really respect it. Maybe I fantasize about the old days so much where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take all the aids I can, but then I'm gonna go put a massive handicap on myself and learn how to actually hunt with a firearm like my predecessors did. And that to me is kind of like, I don't know, I enjoy the hunt more than the kill, like tenfold. Yeah. So I don't know, I appreciate them. I run a waterfowl business that's, you're chasing the technology and whatnot, but my core is this.
For Paul, these aren't just old guns. They're pieces of something deeper, tied to time, to craftsmanship, and to a way of doing things that hasn't been forgotten. Each one carries a story, worn into the wood and steel. But to really understand what draws him to them, I had to see where that connection lives. Intro, the old barn. Standing at the back of the lodge property, part workshop, part time capsule, where the tools are well used, the shelves are full, and every corner holds a piece of the past.
Okay, so this one, pretty significant to me. So my dad built this. So he built it before I was able to hunt or even go hunting with him. But when I got to the age where I could just come along, this was the gun he hunted with. And then when I got to the age that I was able to hunt, I hunted with a percussion. So this was my whole, I guess, growing up with my dad.
Right.
And he does not use it anymore, so now I have it and I get to hunt with it. And it's something, because your dad made it and kind of grew up with it.
Tell me more about how your dad made this thing.
Block of wood, you know, sheet brass, did all the carving, all the inlaying. Like it's pretty unbelievable, like the amount of detail that's in it. It's a curly maple is the wood, and so you purchase the barrel, and then you purchase the lock, and then you build your own sights, put them on.
And how long did it take him to make it?
Started in 78, and I think he finished in probably 81 and a half. Yeah. The whole modern muzzleloader really wasn't around in the early 80s. It was almost like mid 80s, late 80s, starting to get the saboted stuff and the pellets and the power decks. So for him to go this route in the 70s is probably some crazy influence when he was a little kid.
Right.
You know, so this is basically modeled off a fellow called George Schroyer. So he built this gun, I'm not sure when, like a long time ago. So basically this gun is modeled after that, but literally off a photograph.
One picture.
It's crazy.
So when you're hunting with these, you've got a whole different set of tools that need to come with you, because there's all types of things that can go wrong in the bush. So what does that sack look like? What does that bag look like?
Oh, it's like you call it a possibles bag, yeah. This one's for, you know, the rifle, these guys. So basically this is your charge powder. This is your priming pan powder, which goes in there.
You're just building on the go. You need to build your projectiles and bullets and everything
in a way to go
out of your pack.
Yeah.
And the significance of these packs, because you've got two that look similar.
Yeah. So this was my dad's. So this was his first deer that he shot with this gun, and then this one is mine.
Can you explain that a little more, like how?
Yeah. So sorry. Yeah. So this is basically the deer hide inlaid into the possibles bag, and this was my first deer.
It's amazing. You did that yourself, or?
My dad did it. Yeah. And he he made the bags, and then he made the powder horns as well. So this is cow, and then this is 2 bison horns.
Listening to Paul talk about these guns, you feel it. There's a weight to them. In the stories, the time, the care, even the uncertainty of each shot. That's part of the romance. I've shot muzzle loaders before, but a flintlock is different. To me, it always seemed like something you saw in a movie, not something you experienced. But hearing him, it struck a chord, because I understand that connection. Something passed down, built over time. It's something I've been lucky enough to know myself. And in that moment, I had to try it. This was the one, the turkey flintlock. All right, and what are you putting in it for shot?
I think we'll run, what is this? I think this is probably like 6. I think I used 6s. I don't know, that's like a 4. No, that's a 5 is what it is. That's what I used on that turkey. Okay, so first we're gonna start off with the powder. So this is your charge powder. And this is, we're gonna do 90 grains.
Okay, we'll do the leftmost one.
Okay, so pull this guy out.
Go ram stick. Yeah. This goes in?
Yep. So place one of these over top.
Oh yeah, it kind of suctions in there.
The rod diameter helps it too.
Gentle? That's it?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, no shot. So basically we'll put one of these and a half. Okay, so you pour it in.
1.5. This isn't a fast process.
No.
Okay, 1.5 in there, 1.5 in the next one.
Now we're gonna do the muffin mix. And this is a little bit more packing. So we're gonna use this guy. Oh, I'll just pour it down, cover the one barrel, and there you go. Okay, now this guy, and pack it. And just keep your head clear.
Why would I keep my head clear?
Never know.
Okay. Okay. Packed. So that's just going to hold everything in place.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to, like, you had to do a lot of trial and error to figure out the pattern.
Yeah.
And this gives you the best delivery.
This is the best delivery.
That amount of powder and the cake mix is just...
It's the recipe.
Cool.
Okay, so then just, you basically, that's your pan powder little tray in essence.
And it just sits there loose.
Then these guys are gonna go and basically close the door on them.
Okay. So yeah, you don't want this to be wet. It can't be windy.
No.
Everything's gonna screw you up.
Yeah, humidity is a big one. Close that guy. I'm gonna do the next one.
Even that scared me a little bit. I just feel like it's gonna go off. Crazy. Okay, so there is some protection. What are these called again?
Prism.
Prism. Yeah, so the prism offers a little bit of protection from the elements.
Yeah, so the saying flash in a pan,
Yes.
that's it.
That's the flash in the pan. Just a flash in the pan. We shooting it right here?
Yeah, let's do it. Make some smoke.
Crazy. I've never shot a flintlock before.
Cool.
So what am I shooting at? That telephone pole or the fence post?
Yeah, shoot the fence post. So that's your back trigger.
Just cock them both?
Yeah, cock them both.
All right. Wow. Not as much delay. Like in my mind, the delay was going to be seconds.
Yeah.
But it's,
That's a quick gun.
I feel like I heard a ricochet.
Not bad.
It's just so cool.
Yeah, flint and steel.
Dang.
Yeah.
It's like shooting a gun all over again, you know, for the first time.
Yeah.
Man, that smell just,
Yeah.
it's like hunting with dad. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Unbelievable.
We spent the afternoon stepping back in time. Black powder in the air, every shot earned, never rushed. It forces you to slow down, to notice the process, the details, the world around you. And somewhere in that, Paul's why starts to make sense. It's not about making things easier. It's about making them matter. Because sometimes, slowing down brings you closer to what you're really after.
It's just such a amazing look into the past as well, of like how people used to hunt, how firearms used to be so finicky, not nearly as reliable as they are.
No, and I think you got to develop your hunting skill. You know, because you're adding elements that, you know, will in essence challenge your skill. Your skill's got to be probably more intense to be able to play with these variables of a flintlock.
Sure.
And that's what I really like.
You're going in knowing that your opportunities are massively decreased.
Yeah.
And you like that.
Yeah.
Which I get. I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in obviously the world we're in and this place here, you've got a battery operated side by side.
Yeah.
It's just high tech, and the draw to not necessarily want all of that tech in the hunt, why is that important?
Yeah, I like the challenge of it. I really do. Yeah. I don't know how to answer that, to be 100% honest. Like, you probably felt it shooting it. There's something to it, and it's hard to describe. There's something to it. Like, for me, I'm a very visual person, love having a vision and trying to execute it. Maybe that's what it is. You know, it's a short range game, tons of variables, and you get to hold something that's totally old school, you know, forefathers.
Yeah.
And I can do it.
Piece of history.
I can do it. I'm gonna try to do it. Maybe that's what it is. So you call it romantic, but it almost is romantic in a way. When you're into that setting and if you're 1.5 feet of snow and it's minus whatever, and you're holding this flintlock and it's all of a sudden it's happening, I don't, like, my hair stands up. Like, I just like, that's it. That's what I chase.
In the end, it's not really about the gun. It's about the choice. The choice to slow things down, to strip it all back, and to take a path that asks more of you. Because when you make it harder, you make it meaningful. Paul doesn't need to do it this way. In a world built for speed and certainty, he leans into patience, into imperfection, into the kind of challenge that can't be rushed. And somewhere in that space, between smoke, steel, and time, you find something quite real.